I'm a 23 years old young woman. I'm from Togo. The man I grew up to know as my father is not really my father. He's my stepfather. My mother told me that my father is a Christian and she's a Muslim. Because of that, her parents did not allow her to marry him. Even when my mother finally introduced me to my father, he was not interested in me. This man never supported me in any way. My mother has been the one taking care of me. She's the one paying my school fees. When I got to primary 5, I had to drop out of school because there was no money. My mother later sent me out to work as a maid. After some years, I came back home. I told my mother that I want to go back to school, but she refused. I also begged my mother that I want to go into tailoring, but she could not afford it. So I remained at home. Men started asking for my hand in marriage. The particular man I chose to marry, my mother did not like him, so she did not support me. This brought issues between me and my mother, and she stopped talking to me. So one day, I made up my mind to leave Togo to Nigeria, at least to stay away from my mother. Since she refused to send me to school, she refused to pay for my training, and she still refused to support me to get married. Secretly, I took her 15,000 cefas and ran to the park. With the help of some drivers, I was able to move to Lagos, Nigeria. When I got to Lagos, the woman that helped me to cross the border got a job for me in a restaurant. I worked there for 6 months and left because the work was so tedious. With the small money I saved, I got a room for myself and started hawking kunu. After some days, I returned home in the evening as usual and saw my belongings outside. The real owner of the house threw my things outside. The man that rented the room to me was not the owner of the house, and the man was nowhere to be found. That was how I became stranded. Meanwhile, there is this bike man that has been asking me out, so I went to him and he accommodated me, but I told him that I was not ready to date him. Because of that, the man was not taking care of me, so I started looking for a job. It was in the process of looking for a job that I met my current husband. Then I was 16 years old. When I met him, he told me that he wants to marry me, but I never wanted to marry him because he's old enough to be my father. But because I needed help, I accepted. He sent me to fashion school to learn fashion and design. This man was practically taking good care of me, and I lacked nothing. After 1 year, I got pregnant. Then I was 17 years old. When I told him about it, he was not happy because he wanted me to finish my training. Because of the pregnancy, I could not continue with my training. It was after I got pregnant that he told me that he's married with 4 children. But then I had no choice than to marry him, so I called my mother. Both of us traveled to Togo and he married me officially. When we came back to Lagos, I went to their family house to greet the first wife. The woman told me that I'm not welcomed in her home. I begged her. I told her that I came in peace. This woman told me that it will never be well with me. Although my husband got me my own accommodation, he takes turns in spending time with me and the first wife. Nobody in that family likes me except my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law warned me never to eat anything from my co-wife. She said that I should never eat any food, that I was not where they were preparing it. But ever since I lost my mother-in-law last year, my husband has not been treating me right. In fact, this man has stopped taking care of me and my children, and I have 2 children now. He doesn't even spend time with me anymore. Right now, any little thing I do, my husband complains. This man does not even give me money for feeding anymore, and I don't have any source of income. I just started selling groundnuts to take care of myself and my children. 2 days ago, I had some issue with my husband because I called the first wife's children by their name. He said I'm not supposed to call them by their name. He said that I should address the boys as brother, then address the girls as auntie. I don't really understand all this. I don't know if this is how Yoruba tradition is. My husband is a Yoruba man and we're already 6 years in marriage. Please, I really need your advice. Please, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should continue with this marriage? Or you think I should go back to Togo? Please, what do I do? It's well with you, my sister. My dear sister, sorry about the whole thing, okay? But the truth is that man never wanted to marry you. He wanted to keep you as a side chick. Then you got pregnant. But that's by the way. Please beg your husband to raise some money for you, alright? I want you to go back home. Go back to your mother. You can leave the children with your mother. Then go and add value to your life. Please, you're too young for this. You're just 23 years old. You have a bright future. Please, I want you to go back to fashion school. This is what you have always wanted to do before you became pregnant. Please take these children to your mother and go back to that school, alright? Before you know it, you will become successful. Then you can pick your children back. Please don't stay in that house. Don't allow this man's first wife to buy you. Please, you need to leave, okay? Let me still leave this matter in the hands of my viewers. My viewers, please, what do you think she should do? Please drop it for me at the comment section, okay? Because she will also be there to read it. Thank you for always watching my videos. I love you guys so much. And please don't forget to share this video, okay? See you in my next video. Bye-bye.